We are back. This is Bill Russo, and you're listening to The Bill Russo Show on cityworldradio.com. We are broadcasting live from the cityworldradio.com studios here on 23rd Street in the heart of New York City in Manhattan. We are joined by Maria Baratta, who is the writer and actor and everything when it comes to her solo play, which is Vignettes of an Italian-American Girl. And we also joined by Aimee Duggar, who is our special co-host. Aimee is an international flight attendant. She's all over the world. Where in the world is Aimee Duggar? I'll answer that for our listeners. She's right here next to me.
But I don't know what day it is.
Well, welcome, ladies, to the Bill Russo Show. So, Maria,
yes.
How can our audience get to know you further, and what's up next for you in your career?
Okay, thank you. Well, as you mentioned, definitely visit my website, www.maria-baratta, B as in boy, ARATTA.com. I will keep you posted via that website on upcoming productions, but I am looking. At this juncture, I had a wonderful run in Connecticut at the Seven Angels Theater last year, and recently in January just did a short comeback. It was a very successful run, but I am looking for other regional theaters across the U.S., Canada, Europe, if you're listening,
Maria,
in Poland.
We talked about the universality of certain themes. Mm-hmm. What would you say are some of the major themes in your play and the takeaway about family, mm-hmm. about overcoming tragedy, about the comedy of family life? How would you summarize some of the, because each vignette is a story in itself. A story in itself that's woven together to tell one larger story. One larger story.
And it is a coming of age story. I guess what a lot of people write coming of age stories. What is unique about my experience, I guess, is besides being of a first generation American, and that dichotomy and that conflict for me, that inner conflict that always existed inside of me, it has to also do with the relationship with my sister and how she took on the rebellious role, I took on the good girl role, and as a result of that relationship, it's through that twist of faith that we shared in dealing with death and tragedy that I was able to find my voice as a woman. So it's a little bit of everything. It's about an immigrant experience. It's about finding your womanhood. It's about trying to make lemonade from lemons, if you will. It's trying to strain carbonated lemonade. It's trying to strain light out of the darkest places in your life, because there's always light in every dark. I would imagine
writing the play itself is somewhat of a catharsis. Is somewhat of a kind of like coming to terms yourself with certain aspects of what you just said.
Absolutely, and I've had audience members come up to me after the show and say, how can you do that 7 days a week or 6 days a week? I'm like, it's pure joy. It's not difficult for me. It's allowing me to release pains and sufferings that are in my body. And every time I perform, it is healing. And it also allows me to give voice to those individuals who don't have a voice.
And I just want to let the audience know that Maria also sings. In the play.
I do.
And she grew up in a household surrounded by music and dancing. And we're going to listen to one of those songs that was prominent at the time that Maria was growing up in an Italian-American household that was played in her home environment. Tell us about the song.
Well, I'm a child of the... I'm aging myself now here. I would say I'm a child of the late 70s, early 80s.
Anthony LaFazzo's a child of the 1870s. Anthony LaFazzo, I have to mention, I must mention that Anthony LaFazzo is the author of the history and the origins and the history of the village of Yorkville. He's an author, and you can find his book on Amazon, Amazon.com. And I also want to mention his good friends, the Jindal brothers, Joseph and John Jindal, who I had the pleasure of meeting on the AC Low show last week. And their book is Yorkville Twins' Hilarious Adventures Growing Up in New York City, 1944 to 1962. And this is a unique historical trip down memory lane with a humorous and endearing collection of stories involving immigrants, survival, growing up, coming of age, and learning what it is to be an American. It's a memoir, an experience, a love story of family, friends, neighborhoods, and neighbors. And this is written by the twin brothers. Twins. They were here on the AC Low show. Joseph and John Jindal. Oh, what great guys they were, and what great guys they are. And they're both doctorates now, PhDs, and they are out in Minnesota.
University of Minnesota.
The University of Minnesota. I heard a voice. University of Minnesota. And the book is Yorkville Twins. You can get it on Amazon.com, or you can go to YorkvilleTwinsBook.com, YorkvilleTwinsBook.com. We have some amazing people on the Bill Russo show and on the AC Low show. And before we listen to the song that Maria has mentioned, I want to quote Leonardo da Vinci, who said, "It had long since come to my attention that people of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things."
I saw that on Facebook today.
You saw that on Facebook today. I posted it on Facebook today. I'm reading it from my iPhone.
I thought that
It's
Da Vinci
amazing.
put it on Facebook. I honestly
No,
didn't.
well, I was
Good
talking to
quote.
Da Vinci,
That's
and
where I
this
saw
is
it.
what happened, you
It's a
know,
good
the
quote.
ghost of Leonardo da Vinci. So, engineer, let's play the song. And the song is?
It's L'Italiano.